I think one's feelings waste themselves on words. They ought all to be distilled into actions, and into actions which bring results. These simple yet powerful words were spoken by the lady with the lamp, Florence Nightingale, taken from Education in Women's History, 2016. Now, we've all heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words, and Florence Nightingale religiously practiced the significance of that phrase to its fullest extent. As a nursing student, I have studied her accomplishments throughout her life, from inventing the pie chart to establishing the total patient care model. And as such, I know that she's the person who nursing students around the world strive to one day become. From realizing her purpose in life to the Crimean War and establishing the total patient care model, Florence Nightingale has not only set the standard for health care worldwide, but also for the way we treat one another, regardless of the trade. But the trade she chose was nursing. She knew she was called to a mission in life. At a young age, Florence went against society's perspective of acceptable behavior in a female and sought mathematical tutoring. During this time was one of 4 times she heard God's voice, speaking of what she was meant to do, to care for the sick and poor. Now, nursing in the mid to late 19th century was not a respectable profession for females, and it was especially unacceptable for a lady of her social caliber, as she came from a wealthy family, to humble herself as a servant to others. But still, Florence fought to be who she knew she was meant to become. Once she became a nurse, Florence had heard of the many dysenteric injured British soldiers who were fighting in the Crimea, Turkey. She immediately volunteered to go where the soldiers needed help and nurse them back to health. It took a bit of convincing from the British Army, but not only did she go, she gathered her own army of 40 women to care for these soldiers fighting in the Crimean War. While she was there, Florence saw the utterly unsanitary conditions in which the soldiers were living and decided to clean up their living quarters. From the simple task of keeping people and instruments clean, she brought the mortality rate of those men from 60% to 2%. And she was able to figure this out because of that math tutoring she had when she was younger, and created the first pie chart to reflect her data. The care flow implemented in the Crimean War is now known as the total patient care model and is used worldwide to this day. When I say total patient care, it doesn't just mean medical care, but care for her patients' well-being. Florence wrote letters for the soldiers and sent them to their friends and families back in England, thus improving their psychological well-being. The application of her knowledge, coupled with her compassion and empathy for others, is now considered as one of the core principles of patient care and is taught worldwide to student nurses. The healthcare spectrum shouldn't be the only field that this core principle is applied, though. Florence Nightingale was more than just a lady with a lamp. Through her determination and philanthropy, she influenced many others inside and outside the medical field during her time period, many years thereafter, and will continue to do so for many years to come. I truly believe that the human race could benefit from being a little more like Flo by genuinely caring for others. And as the lady with the lamp has so gracefully said, mankind must make heaven before we can go to heaven, as the phrase goes, in this world as in any other.